that was Swallow 707. With us also is
Hi.
Jacob
Me.
9.
I'm throwing
And
eggs at
we're
Spblat.
going to try to show you the new and improved, awesome, what?
HV solar array factory.
Yeah.
Thing.
So here's the thing. We'll give you a quick tour of how it works, but sort of kind of quick. I don't know. It won't be quick enough. Quit throwing eggs at me. And then we'll do a really long sort of tour of how it was made. What happened was I sort of finished the last one, and two things happened. I wanted it more automated. I wanted to have it so that I could only fill just a couple of chests, and that worked out okay. And then we had a server crash, and everything got lost, and I rage quit, and it sucked. And then a few days went by, and I couldn't stop it, so I did it again. So this is the new and improved rebuilt one, and the way it works is I have these two chests, and I'm using Redpower, and I'm using Industrialcraft. And this chest is filled with emeralds, and I keep it stocked with, you know, red matter furnaces or whatever, so that there's millions and millions and millions of emeralds in there. And there's a chicken. And ow, let me out. Help, I'm stuck. Help, there we go. And over here is an energy condenser filled with apples. And the reason I've chosen these two is that emeralds are used to feed condensers with high density EMC value stuff, and the apples are used to feed low density stuff, and none of this makes any sense. So let's go down one level, and I'll show you what in the world I'm talking about. Check this out. So we have
I
10
can find my feet.
ingredients. Oh, look at you throwing more eggs at me. Stop it. We're making iron over here, and we're making coal over here, and we're making tin over here, and we're making redstone, and we're making copper, and we're making sticky resin, and we're cooking up the sticky resin into rubber and furnaces. Okay, so look, on the left side, this is the high density stuff: tin, redstone, copper, iron. These are sort of the main ingredients of solar panels and solar arrays. And on the right side, you have lesser used ingredients that we don't need quite so many of. If I were to use emeralds, what would happen here is that instead of sending every 5 seconds an apple into the condenser that makes sticky resin, instead it would be like every, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes to put an emerald in there. And so that's why we have these two different kinds of materials going in. There is also a spreadsheet, a very detailed spreadsheet that I'm going to link to in the comments of this YouTube video. That will describe in great detail how you make an HV solar array and how many of each item you need. And seriously, quit throwing stuff at me. And so, yeah, what else should I show them, guys?
How the tubes work.
The tubes are amazing. So up above, here's where everything starts. Each of these energy condensers has 5 filters attached to it. And you only see 4 here. There's one directly underneath the condenser. And later on in the video, I'll play back in some sort of special musical montage or something, some additional footage that I recorded I was making this thing, so you can kind of get a sense of what's happening here. But each of these 5 filters is directly adjacent to the energy condenser, and each filter is set up to spit out 1 emerald, and this is Redpower stuff. Each one has its own color. So this particular one spits out an emerald every time it receives a tick from this timer. That's one of the things that's really important about this. So this timer spins around at a specific interval. Every 1.35 seconds, this timer spins around, sends a tick to this filter, and every 1.35 seconds, this filter sends a green emerald out a pneumatic tube with a red wrapper on it. So now let's go down here and take a look at where the stuff with red wrappers comes out. And the stuff with red wrappers finds its way to this tube over here, and all these emeralds every 1.35 seconds goes in to this energy condenser, where the emerald is converted into a few, like 4 iron ingots, which are fed into this induction furnace, And I chose 1.35 seconds per emerald so that it would fill up this induction furnace and make it work just as hard as it possibly can. Much faster, and the induction furnace starts to not keep up. So that's really the timing basis for this whole thing, is how fast can I cook iron into refined iron. And all the other timings are based on that. So if I look at another one of these, whoops. I'm having a hard time with my mousing. Somebody help me. And, okay, not this level. Up here. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a long, bad video. All right, so look at another one. And this one spits out emeralds to the green pneumatic tube. And this one gets a tick every, here it goes, pick, every 9.1 seconds. So the green wrapper, again, if I go down here, I'm getting lagged. That's why I'm not able to go in here. That sucks. The green one goes to the one next door to the red one, and that's coal. So every 9 seconds, we get an emerald's worth of coal into the macerator, and so on. So each of these condensers has its own timer associated with it. Each timer has a specific time set and color, and these 10 source ingredients, all of which sets up so that we're making these high voltage solar arrays. So here's phase 1, and this is where we process, for example, copper and rubber into copper cable. We made a video like this earlier that talked about how all this stuff works, but as you can see, it's slightly different from the last one. I've got 3 phases, but the first 2 phases are fully packed. So we've got wire being made in this automated crafting table. We've got transformers being made in this automated crafting table. What's this one? This one makes energy crystals. Energy crystals, by the way, are used to make the high voltage transformers that you need in the final stage way over there. We're making low voltage solar arrays here. We're making solar panels here. We're making batteries here. Actually, we make solar panels over on that side, and the solar panels get sent to this one. And once we have 8 solar panels here, the 8 solar panels get combined with a low voltage transformer to make a medium voltage transformer, medium voltage solar array, and it's just awesome. So, gosh, what else should I say about this, you guys?
Well, to me, it looks like there are 13 crafting recipes involved in making a high voltage solar array. Is that correct?
That is correct. There are 13. And let's just go through each one, just so that everybody gets it. First, wire. Wire is made in phase 1. The wire is made from copper and rubber and is dumped into the phase 1 chest. Then you have transformers made in phase 1, and they are dumped in the phase 1 chest. So some of these get sent to other sections, and I'll try to describe that in a minute. We're making circuits. Circuits get made in phase 1, but then they get sent over to phase 2, and they're used over in phase 2. Also in phase 1, we're making batteries. Batteries get sent to phase 2. We're making low voltage solar arrays. They get sent to, I think they get sent to phase 2 as well. We'll check. And finally, we make, as I said before, energy crystals, and those get sent over to phase 2 also. Where I make a particular ingredient depends on sort of consolidating all of these materials. So anything, for example, that uses redstone is all going to be here. So I make batteries with redstone, I make circuits with redstone, I make energy crystals with redstone. All that stuff happens in phase 1. Let's look at phase 2. In phase 2, we are making solar panels. And this is sort of curious. Solar panels get made in phase 2 and sent back to the phase 1 factory, where they get combined with the low voltage transformers. We also make generators in phase 2 out of machine blocks, batteries that we got from phase 1, and furnaces. Furnaces are one of the raw ingredients that we get from the Apple side over there. We are making medium voltage transformers out of machine blocks and wire, copper cable. This is the one manual aspect of this whole thing, is every now and then you got to come on over here and just dump some wire into this chest so that the medium voltage transformers can be made. So we'll just do that now. We'll grab a stack of wire that's sitting over here, and we'll grab it from here and drop it over here into this chest so that we can take and make some more of these medium voltage transformers.
Can you explain why that can't be automated?
Yeah, so the reason it can't really be automated is that we need such a vast number of wires or copper cables to make various things, the transformers and the especially the circuits, that if I were to use diamond cable or a diamond pipe to sort of divide up some of the wire over there and some of the wire over here, the percentages are so small that it just isn't worth it. So that's the one thing you have to sort of do manually. We're making high voltage transformers. I didn't bother with that, I think, in the last video. So we make high voltage transformers out of some more of the wire that I move over here manually, with the energy crystals that come over from phase 1, with the medium voltage transformers that are made here in phase 2, with some extra electronic circuits. Those electronic circuits are used in phase 2 to make both the high voltage transformers and the solar panels that are sent over across to the other thing. So that's high voltage transformers, which are sent over to phase 3. Also in phase 2, we are making medium voltage solar arrays. So we get low voltage solar arrays back from phase 1. Phase 1 is what combines the solar panels with the low voltage transformers. And so we make medium voltage solar arrays, and we send them over to phase 3 to be assembled into high voltage solar arrays. And I should have showed you this first. This is where we make machine blocks, which, as you hopefully know, are sort of the intense main building block for all kinds of stuff in Industrialcraft. What else?
What's this here?
This weird contraption looking thing that sort of sticks into the room is how I control the 5th timer. So at the beginning of the video, we talked about how each of the condensers up above... Oh, let me fly, please. I can't fly anymore. I wonder why that is. There we go. Each of these energy condensers has 5 timers on it, 4 of which are accessible, and 1 of which is buried deep under there. You can sort of see it just past that timer. So each of these filters has its own timer, and that's very important, as I talked about before. This one happens to be 146 seconds. I think this is the one here that sends glass. But I need to be able to turn off this whole contraption. So we've got redstone coming from this lever. And when I flip this lever, it sends redstone to each and every one of these timers, including the timer that's way down under there. And the way I've done that is by sending redstone to this redstone torch, which transmits it sort of down to there and then across and around. And after we do our little narration, I've got some video that you can see. If you think this is long, wait until you see the rest of it, because that's where we go into even more detail and let you see the stages of construction. So the stuff that sticks into the room down below is what was needed in order to turn off that last timer. So Swallow, would you go up and turn that thing on again for me?
Flick the redstone?
Yeah, flip the redstone. And that'll be cool. You'll get to see everything going. You'll also notice started backup. I added that backup plugin because that was really a bummer when I lost this last stage. So anyway, Swallow has flipped the switch and activated all the timed filters again, and the factory is once again running. The last thing I want to show you is energy links. I had to do some experimenting with these energy links, and I also want to show you what's going on with power here to power all this thing. So there are, let's talk about machines first. There are 3 machines. There is an inductive furnace, an induction furnace that can process a whole bunch of iron. There is your macerator for processing coal into coal dust. And over there is your extractor for processing sticky resin into rubber. And So we have an MFSU way up at the top, and the MFSU is being fed by 2 of my high voltage solar arrays. The MFSU connects to a medium voltage transformer. The medium voltage transformer feeds an MFE, which is the sort of the middle of the road battery box. It's an upgraded battery box. And so this MFE is powering my machines. It powers the induction furnace. And then down below here, you see this glass fiber cable going around on the lower side to also feed the macerator and what you see here, which is the extractor. Then you've got all these energy links. And as we said in our last video, when Tekkit upgraded to version 3, we lost the electrical engines. So we're using energy links instead. And they're actually quite cool, except that they're kind of a pain to rig up. So what I've done is I've taken the medium voltage coming out of this MV transformer, and I've run it into an LV transformer. And I discovered that I couldn't run all of the energy links off of one circuit. So I have 2 separate circuits coming off of this MV transformer. One LV circuit runs the energy links that are driving the emerald condensers, and the other LV circuit is driving the energy links, which are moving stuff through on the Apple side. So no more electrical engines, and I'm not using redstone engines here. I probably could for some of them, but in particular, you see that iron is flowing through there so fast that a redstone engine just could never keep up. So, you know, in a couple of cases, we're using 2 energy links, one to pump stuff into the induction furnace, and then another energy link to pump the refined iron into the system. Oh, and then finally, before we switch from this video to some of the background stuff where you see the construction process, I just want to give you a quick look at what's going on beneath the scenes while I get pelted with these eggs, and you'll get a closer look at all this stuff later. And I think it's time for this video to wrap up, or else I'm going to die of egg injury. So any final comments, anybody?
How many? How long have you had this running? And in that time, how many high voltage solar arrays have you gotten?
I don't know. Maybe I'll add another section to the video of how long it takes to make one. It actually wouldn't be that hard to calculate from the spreadsheet, and so take a look at the linked spreadsheet in the description of the video, and we'll probably put that information there. So, very good. We'll transition now to some music and the construction process, and say goodbye, everybody.
chances to leave the basement life. I'm not the landlord's wife. Furnished room, celebrate the first flight window, bird's eye view. You hardwire, I'll try to play the guitar. Stay smoothly stoned, postpone the morning, though we both see it coming, we don't run. Let the silence settle in our bones. You are everything, you are nothing at all. You are everything, you are nothing at all. You are every night, fade to light, fade to light the room. Like some new light on you. Giving for chances to take it all in stride.